Florida, and as you can see, we have the weather. We are in the target zone for Hurricane Idalia. This is a very situation for especially storm surge from Tampa. Again, when I hit the encoding process for the broadcast, it gave us an error on the recording, and we want people to be able to see the recording of this, so we're doing this one more time. Jim Williams here with Bill Phillips. We are in Perry, Florida, covering Hurricane Idalia. And just to give you our location here. Okay, maps. Okay, we are in Perry, Florida. And we are about 10 miles off the coast in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. We have a camera set up down here in Keaton Beach, which is southwest of here. And let's go ahead and show you that camera shot. And what we have is a area where it's like a boat ramp launching area. There's residential homes up and down the street. There's manufactured housing. This camera is mounted on a sable palm tree with an anemometer attached. And so far the wind gusts have only been up to 17 there, but there's a lot more to come here. But that camera's about 8 to 10 feet off the ground. It may go underwater if the storm surge projections are right. So we're going to be showing you this on Wednesday morning as it's all going down. And that's in Keaton Beach. And again, we're setting our other one up in Steinhatchee, which is just south of here. We were in forecast track shifted a little to the west, north of Steinhatchee. That the right front quadrant may, if it tightens up, it may cause the surge to be a little higher up this way. So we decided, in case it came into, say, Apalachicola or St. Mark's or something, we would lose that storm surge as much as if we would have had a much better storm surge if it had come straight in there versus, or just north of there versus all the way over in Apalachicola. The GFS and the tropical models have been consistently saying St. Mark's, give or take, in that area. So we decided to go a little further north to set the cameras up, and we're going to go a little bit south today to set up another one in Steinhatchee, and then we're going to relocate for our lodging. We're here in Perry at the Holiday Inn, and Bill, any thoughts about this area and how people are preparing?
I was stunned last night. It looked like a normal night here. You could get gas, you could do. It just looked like a normal night. Now it'll be interesting to see what the differences are this morning. But you wouldn't know a hurricane was coming when we come in here last night.
Yeah, people are taking it real easy up here. Gas is available everywhere. I've seen a few places boarding up, but not much. Of course, that could change today when we're out driving around as people are realizing the magnitude of what's about to happen here. The hotel's taking it very seriously with statements about they're not responsible for your safety, blah, blah, blah.
We're not going to let you go out, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
You know, we've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this online since 1997 at hurricanecity.com, and this will be my 17th hurricane intercept and my 30th tropical system. Bill's been doing this with me since 2003, and he's been in several hurricanes, but never on an intercept like this. So this is all new. He's give me kind of a thoughts on the logistics of this.
It's logistically, I have to be honest with you, Jim. You've told me for years how hard this is, and I've helped you remotely. It's totally different here in the field. You get a different feel for it. This is really difficult, but that's why we do this. It's for the challenge.
Right.
But I think I've done over a dozen or so shows with hurricanes with you over the years, remotely and otherwise. So we have a good working relationship, but it was just time that I get in the field. It's something we've always wanted to do, and Jim promised me I will get you into a hurricane one of these days, and this is that first opportunity.
All right, so let's go ahead and get some graphics going here from the National Hurricane Center. Again, these links are found right above the tracking map on the front page of Hurricane City. But there's a lot of neat things at Hurricane City. The Hurricane Hunter program is live and active all the time. We have a list of radars you can tap into. We've got the buoys and all the weather data on the coast, and we may tap into that a little bit tomorrow as this is making landfall.
Sea surface temperature maps.
Right. Everything over at Hurricane City. But again, that link up to NHC and the Idalia link is right above the tracking map, and this gives you to these graphics we're showing you right now. But here's the hurricane warning zone from just south of Tampa over to Apalachicola. And the reason I'm showing you the center line, I know there's a big debate about using the center line, is the fact that this is showing where we are, right where that center line is. So, give or take left or right of that track tomorrow morning is looking highly likely, or right over that exact track. Peak surge, this is what's important. Now I know you've probably been watching the Weather Channel, we just had it on behind us over here, but the 4 to 7 foot range for Tampa, it needs to be taken serious because there's a huge population in and around Tampa Bay, and that water's going to be rising up and going into people's homes and yards and everything. It's not going to be a pretty situation, but the worst surge is going to be from near Homosassa all the way up to near St. Mark's, maybe not quite that far west, but the right front quadrant, all that water is going to pile up in Appalachia Bay and northeastern Gulf of Mexico. And that red zone, again, we're right in the middle of it. And we're going to get our other camera set up right on the coast, and we're going to ride it out inland. Now, we don't know where we're going to be tonight. We still have to get our lodging figured out. We're not going to be staying here because they already have this room booked. So we're going to either head south or north, and we'll broadcast tonight when we know where we are and where our home base is going to be for the next several days. So, storm surge warnings map is our internet connectivity is not really good here. That's why we just did the broadcast and it didn't record. So we're hoping this one's going to record for our audience. And if it doesn't, we'll try again tonight with maybe better internet access. But here's the storm surge warning map from just north of Cape Coral all the way over to Apalachicola. If you're west of Highway 19, north of Tampa, you really need to get away from the coast. The water could go several miles inland, and you don't want to be near the water. It's going to be a horrific experience. It's going to be something you've never seen in this area, probably most of you, because the last one was in the 1960s?
Yes.
The last major to come. Well, Hurricane Elena in the mid-'80s flirted with this area a little bit as a major hurricane, but remember, Irma was 75 miles an hour when it came up from the south, and then it was Hermine, I think a year earlier, which was also a Category 1 coming in here. So this whole area is not used to what's about to happen here tomorrow morning, and it's just going to be a really bad situation here. So I hope people are taking this serious, and I know we are. We're getting away from the water, and we're here to cover the hurricane and get in the core of the hurricane as it's hitting, but we're staying away from the water. That's why our remote cameras are set up. And one more time, let's take a look at that remote camera. And again, we'll be showing you that. Well, it's not playing right now, but
the connectivity in here is
it's terrible.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up. We'll be live tonight with another update on where we are and what our conditions are. And we'll have a lot more information on the exact track tonight. But wish everybody the best of luck. If you're, again, near the water, get out. This afternoon is your latest chance to get out of the area. Don't drown.
Get your preparations done.
Yep.
Step away from the media. Get everything you need done.
Get your vehicles out. Yeah, get your vehicles out of the storm surge area. How many times do we see these hurricanes hit the storm surge, and you see cars up to the hood, up to the roof of the car underwater?
Salt water is so corrosive. You don't do that. If you can move the car, move the car.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for now. Bill Phillips, Jim Williams.